Welcome, Scorpio. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your August reading. This is intended to be a meditation. This is an opportunity for you to look within yourself concerning your interests, your challenges, whatever energy is available to you to move forward in a healthy way. This is your opportunity to meditate on those things that may be blocking you, some of your own behaviors that may be restricting your activity. If you're frustrated by that, I understand when it doesn't match your energy in the moment, it can be argumentative. You can feel restless, mad, angry. However, it may simply not be your reading, in which case you can check other placements for messages that are there for you. So I hope that is positive and supportive energy for you. The Lord of Staffs or the King of Wands is your overall energy, and this is what we are uh, vibing to at this time. And the Lord of Staff is coming across to me as a boss, as a leader, as somebody who knows exactly what they want, who is absolutely inspired and moves enthusiastically and very clearly, rapidly towards that goal. The Six of Jades is about you orchestrating all your relationships from a place of your desire, from a place of your goal. Knowing what you want, your determination is what inspires others, motivates them, and you use that clearly stated goal as a way to negotiate all your relationships to that end. This isn't about using people, this is about harmonizing from a place of potential, being clear, saying what you want, being clear about what you want. And this is a way in which you are open to negotiation uh, towards this agreement, clearly stated, explicit to others. I'm going to pull a crystal chakra oracle for you, and didn't mean to turn that lovely card over. Whew. What turns up is doesn't even say, well, it's a number of crystals. So there are a few of these cards that integrate, in this case, the blue lace agate, amethyst, and new jade. And the key word is unity. I like that. Chakra balance. So all of your chakras are in alignment. This feels as though you have cultivated this energy of light and inspiration around your pursuit of a goal. And it reads, the only illusion is separation. Wow. I think that's powerful. The only illusion is separation. Yeah, as often, I feel myself really tapped into something very deep around the energies that Scorpios vibrate to. And despite the fire and passion that you exhibit, this is coming from a very deep place in you, very clear space. You've worked hard to be clear about where you're going and the outcome of that. And I feel that you're harnessing that in some way. Because this is a general reading, Scorpio, it isn't going to resonate for all of you, as I've just stated. However, if it does, please like this video. Share this with others if you feel others might enjoy it or find it useful. I enjoy your comments, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. It's really important to me to be able to make these available to more people, and I'm working really hard to do that. So thank you in advance for all of you that share in my energy and support me. In the 10th house, the beautiful World card. So something you're wrapping up a level of activity, experience, or achievement. You are closing out a former way of working, as well as acknowledging and being recognized for the skills you've grown, the rewards you've earned, and that acknowledgement is important to you. But you're recognizing the way that you've been functioning in the past has come to a natural end towards a preparation for something new. I love this card. 21 is kind of a fulfillment card, an achievement. And then the Egyptian deck, and I went on a bit of a point of information with another reading, but the same point relates. When I mention Egyptian deck, it is not to be confused with a deck that Egyptians created. The founders of mid-Renaissance or late Renaissance thinkers and creators of the occult brotherhoods, mostly of men, Rosicrucians in some cases, in particular, created tarot decks that they felt represented the Egyptian religion and some of its deities and spiritual practices. So that is a deep qualifier to what I mean by an Egyptian deck. However, in the Egyptian deck, the world card is called, in one of the many Egyptian decks, this card is called the Initiate. And I love that because it describes the end of a life's journey as being the intermarriage of the divine feminine and the divine masculine, which is theoretically what the reunification of soulmates describes. This self-integration, this marriage within, is what makes you attractive and signals to soul bond, a deep soul bond. We can have many of these in our lives. Our parents can be soul mates or soul bonds, but it does indicate that when we achieve that internal alignment and unification, we now step on to the path of initiation. Initiation is not something that we necessarily achieve. However, it is a path that keeps you as a student eternally, no matter how great your spiritual elevation. And I'm speaking about most of us mortals that are not religiously affiliated in a way that where this process is clearly defined, are eternal students of the studies, spiritual practices. So this feels to me like you've come to a very evolved space, given your life experiences, where you are finally at the place of your great work. And for those of you that I'm reading for, I think you understand what that is. On the first house, we have the Chariot card, and this is the lovely expression of self-acceptance. The self-acceptance that begins to power through as we understand our value for exactly who we are. We accept ourselves for all of our differences, no need or desire or apology for our differences. And with that knowledge, that sense of empowerment, we are no longer distracted by all the ways that we used to seek approval, all the ways that we used to help others with the hope that they would be reciprocal in their energies. And often they were not, because why? They see you as the strong one. This is something that you're undoing. You're understanding how to set clear boundaries so that you protect your sacred space. This feels like something many of you have long accomplished. You know how to do your life's work. You know how to fuel your creative process. You understand the purpose of your solitude, your solace, and that fuels your creative work, whatever that is, and moves you very clearly again towards your goal. So that's the second kind of confirmation that you have a clear path, a clear goal, and you're going at it rather quickly. In the fourth house of your home, your soul, your domestic environment, the hangman. And this supports exactly the idea of stepping back, retreating, hanging back, taking a break, pausing in order to adjust your attitude, just your perspective, aware that you're moving into a terrain that is, you're pioneering actually a new terrain in your field, in your community, for your family, whatever that's relevant to. And in order to proceed in the most effective, productive way, you want to adjust your perspective. You want to gain a higher view so that you can recognize the opportunities when they are available to you. You are sacrificing a way of being and exchanging that for this higher perspective that takes you outside of your human limitations and allows you to see through opportunities, individuals, environments from a clearer view. In the seventh house of significant others, the lovers, all major arcana cards. Very beautiful. What a time of change for you. The lovers is about a choice we make, a choice we can make. It can be regarding partnership. I know that there are many people that read this as a relationship because there's such a proliferation of relationship love readings, your person readings uh, available. And that is beautiful. That is fine. However, your passion can be engaged in more things than your relationships. However, your important connections in the world should help to align you with your passion, should make the work that you're doing more available, more joyful, more productive when you're deeply connected with a partner who has agreed with you that you're working for something greater than yourselves. And there is a choice. There is a significant person in your life who works in concert with you, who understands your higher goals, who supports you, even if they're not in the work with you. This can be a family member who simply uh, makes soup for you, draws the bath, who recognizes when you need quiet time, who ferries you to appointments when your schedule's overwhelming, who lets you take your quiet space without interruption. There's a lot of ways in which significant partners, important partners, can support your work without doing that work. I am trying to practice a call to action midway through the reading, and I'm not very good at it. However, again, if you're enjoying this video, please like it. And naturally, you are always welcome to subscribe to my channel or leave a comment. I'm going to clarify the chariot card in the first house with the Seven of Cups card, in the second house, and the Eight of Swords in the third house. Lots of tempting options are revealing themselves, and I sometimes think that these cards go together. The Chariot is the number 7, the Seven of Cups. There's an obvious alignment there. The sevens in general are numbers of manifestation, affirming that you're on your path of destiny. However, I think this is the kind of lower level material distraction that often gets in the way, sidetracks us. It isn't just the requests of other people. Excuse me. It is the things that we have always wanted, but we've learned to uh, put them aside, to sideline them so as not to distract us. However, and as we've learned and made achievements and become accomplished, we've understood that many of the things we want are perks of our larger achievements, and that can be a bit of a struggle for you at this time. You may be tempted to soothe yourself during this great time of transformation for you in ways that really do pull away from your resources, despite incredible work that you've done to make sure that you have enough for what it is that you truly want. The Eight of Swords in the third house is about this restless mind, this monkey mind, this overall anxiety that I feel is prompted by the chaotic and disarming events in the world. And it is hard for you, being so attuned at such a deeply collective level, not to occasionally tap into the sense of uncertainty, fear, uh, um, desire to be of greater service to more people than you are. And this is something that causes a lot of sleepless nights. It contributes to bad health, unclear thinking, but it's more about your attunement becomes destroyed when all of this misinformation or superficial media input is bombards you, or you can't look away, whichever is relevant to you. And really, this is in some ways asking you to step out of your head, stop analyzing or overanalyzing a situation or a process or problem, and really allow yourself to be in your present moment, to be in your powerful intuition, and let that guide and direct you. Let that give you the answers that you're actually living every day. You're not sitting by idly watching the world fall apart. You're actually doing work that works to unify people, that works to help others tell their story, see their story, feel seen, understand themselves better. And this is a vital component to healing the world. We have to heal the people in it. And I do think that when you allow yourself to re-engage in whatever process you have that contributes to the work that you do, you fall back in touch with your incredible power and impact on communities. In the fourth house, the Hanged Man is clarified by the Devil card in the fifth house and the Chariot again in the sixth house. Wow, getting all the big ones here. I think there's uh, so much of a need to nail down the unpredictability of the world. The same time you recognize the things that don't work. Some would even say the face of evil or cruelty that we see in our public offices so often. Uh, those that simply don't care about anyone but themselves, which is the ultimate of a low vibration, a lack of security, a source of shame in the world. This source of shame, this process of shaming others for not having, not doing, for being different, is something that plagues you, and you're tapped into this through your own personal experience, whatever that is. Being villainized for being different, being called out, being called names rather than a sincere engagement in who you are and what you're trying to do, or an exposure of the beliefs that underscore the things that are being done, the constant obfuscation, the blaming others. These are things that impact you, your creative expression, things you're looking at, things you're looking to understand or explain. And I do feel like what can emerge from that again is falling back on the sense of accepting who you are, particularly any challenging experiences, hardships, or obstacles that you've had to overcome. I'm really tapping in right now to the mother energy for some of you. Whatever experiences she had in her life or she is having in her life, depending on where you are, have never left you. They have, uh, in some ways, marked you, and you have been uh, so insistent upon living your life, uh, insistent upon creating your own language, your own structures, your own expectations, your own desires in the world, unlike a way in which you perceive your mother. Your mother, perhaps for some of you, is not as not having the choices that you could not live without, for surviving those choices, for doing her best, for suffering with those choices, for never having that claim at a certain kind of visibility that you desire, for not for feeling that her contribution to the world was having you, having other children, rather than your need to make a contribution to the world. In the seventh house, the Lover's card is clarified by the Emperor card, one of your cards in the eighth house, and the Two of Wands in the ninth house. And I have shuffled and shuffled, and I can't tell you how many of these cards have come up for everyone. So the Emperor is one of them. The Emperor is often associated with Aries. I associated with you in this moment. Um, Aries feels to me like the power of your expression, but more importantly, it talks about self-mastery, self-control. And that self-control has to come from a very, very deep place, because you've abandoned trying to manipulate, change, or control circumstances that are not within your control. You've learned very clearly, and perhaps in some ways as a result of your mother's experiences, that that is futile. Think of what is it, the AA prayer, knowing what you can't change, and knowing the difference between that. You are in control. You take full responsibility for your reality. That is what you've learned, and that is what you know, and that is what you feel empowered to do. So for whatever it is you're creating, you know that it rests on your understanding, your ability to take right and aligned action for you. And as you establish for others your source of strength, your expertise, what you're good at, you are more than capable of spreading that around, sharing that with others, teaching, creating trainings, presentations, working with others to build their similar vehicle, looking at uncomfortable places where you can exercise your gifts. Knowing that stepping out of your comfort zone is what puts you in a place of challenge. And you are a person that thrives on challenge. You're a person that needs challenge. And I do see you really focused on a plan that's putting you out there in a way that is deeply uncomfortable for you. Perhaps it's putting a face to something you've created, marketing something, selling something, circuiting something in a way that feels uncomfortable, but you know that it's the way to build the audience, to build interest in what it is you've created authentically. In the 10th house, the World card is clarified by the Fool card in the 11th house and the Seven of Wands in the 12th house. So you have at least uh, 4 sevens here. Yeah, 4 sevens on the table. Now, 2 of them are higher arcanas, the same Chariot card, and the other 2 are Cups and Wands. So you are honing your vision. You're doing a lot of work to remove distractions from your environment. And this is really critical for you. You're really aware that you can't even inhabit a cluttered space. You really have to fend off the offers or invitations or the requests for help that you receive, knowing that that is simply depriving you of the tremendous amount of energy that is required to complete your work. But you are on this totally grand adventure. You have put all your faith in who you are and what you can do. You don't even care where it ends up. You're not even concerned with the outcome because you have that much faith in who you are and what your gift is, what your powers can be. You know that you're aligned with the upliftment of humankind, and something that you're embarking on is directly related to that. Some service, some exploration, some discovery about what the world needs, how you're connected over the globe with others that are similarly aligned. And I'm going to finish up this reading with a Soul's Journey Oracle card. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Now that's Scorpio energy, perseverance. I think this is self-explanatory. Again, if you've enjoyed this content, there's more content here that you can check out. Like this video, subscribe to my channel. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, Scorpio, namaste.